all of it is race. Nobody cares about politics anymore. It's all race. I mean, why did people vote for Hillary? Was it because she was a master criminal? No, it was because she was a woman. Yeah, a woman president. That's what we need, man. And why did people vote for Trump? Well, because he wasn't a woman, So it's all just left and right now. Or I'm sorry, it was because he wasn't a master criminal. You're right. He was only a small-time criminal, a real estate thief. So I mean, nobody cared about Trump's or Hillary's policies. Nobody cared about that bullshit.
Everyone cared about it.
No.
This used to be a fun table. We used to talk about politics and have civil discussions.
No, because the reason I got to this is because
Barrett.
That and the reason why I got this heated. The reason I got this heated is because the way he was saying it was really stupid, and you're a dumbass.
We're all dumbass.
The way who was saying what?
You were just saying, oh yeah, it's the Muslims, it's the refugees. I hate it when people do that.
It is.
Because there's been one account of a refugee doing something like that.
But how do you know?
How do I know?
Yes.
Well, I don't, but I guarantee you, I would bet my life on it.
Why?
I would
because
bet
you're racist?
everything that not because I'm racist, because I know the truth. I bet you everything. I would bet you everything that I've ever owned that it was a Muslim or a refugee. One of the two. I guarantee.
I have no doubt.
I will bet literally everything.
I have no doubt.
Oh, you have no doubt?
Okay, but if it was
a Muslim.
Okay,
because
all right.
most terror attacks are now ISIS, and they're claiming to be Muslim.
Okay, but if it was a Muslim, then why does that have anything to do with the politics of the parents?
Because I told you.
Now, if it was a refugee, then that has to do with something. Then that has to do with it. But if it was a Muslim,
but still, no,
then it doesn't.
The mentality is this: the Muslims that were already living in the UK, which was about 4 to 5%. It was the UK entirely, including Ireland and Wales and Scotland, was about 4 to 5%, which isn't a whole lot, And since they know they don't have a lot of people with them, they just kind of stayed quiet. They didn't do a whole lot, and a lot of them were peaceful, and then some of them not so much. Fast forward until 2005, when there were a bunch of stabbings, and the UK outlawed knives. If you go into a cutlery store now in the UK and buy plates, the knives have those paint and alarm things on them, so you can't steal kitchen knives, right? That's insane. That's Orwellian tier BS. And now, with the sudden influx of refugees, the population of Muslims in the UK has gone up from 4 to 5% to almost 30 to 40%, which is that's insane. That is crazy. That's almost a hostile takeover. And so now, the people who were already there with their visas and have been living there realize they have backing. They realize that they were to start a revolution tomorrow and start the glorious Sahariya Caliphate, they would have the people to back that up. And so now they're taking action. Now they're going through with their will.
Okay, but may not be in the same numbers, but that's the same thing here. We let in a whole.
Not.
We let
the
a whole.
The Muslim population in the U.S. is still 6 to 7%.
But we still let in
30% is insane, dude.
But we also just let in a shit ton of refugees.
No, we don't. We let in 10,000 in 2016. Go ahead. But 1 second. But even if we did let in that many, we have the Second Amendment to protect us. You can't even own a knife in the UK without a permit. That's complete BS. You can't own a gun at all.
No, plus
you want to buy a kitchen knife, you have to go through the same hoops you have to do to get an automatic weapon. It's insane.
If anything,
that's an exaggeration, but still.
If they do try to do anything in America, they've got a bunch of rednecks just waiting. Just exactly. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Exactly.
But then again, you can imagine it was the same thing with the Irish. It was the same thing. People were like, no, we don't want any Irish refugees. They're going to take over and they're going to bring Catholicism with them. They're going to make this...
They're going to bring blackjack and hookers.
They're going to make this Catholic theocracy, and they're going to do all this, and they're going to have a backing in our population, and they're going to take over our nation. I am almost positive it was the same thing, because people hated Irish refugees.
No.
It was the same thing, same scenario.
I have a question. How are you sure that? What makes you say that it was the parents' fault? How many parents do you think were there who had a say in what went on politically in that country?
Okay.
or that city.
The mayor of London, who determined their immigration policy in 2016, which led in the influx of Muslims, had an 80-20 split in the popular vote. That means 80% of London goers, people who live in Londonites, voted for a Muslim mayor who let the influx of refugees. There you go. It's that simple. 80%.
But that's
80%.
Manchester.
That's Manchester.
It happened in Manchester.
No, you're right. But
So,
there's a lot of.
so what happened in London? They attacked Manchester for.
Yeah.
There's no correlation. The only
Okay. Well,
correlation
what
is the
happened?
country.
What happened
Do you
in
know how far
Afghanistan? They
land?
attacked
Do you
New
know?
York for?
But do you know how far
lot of
London is
stuff
from
like that is-
Manchester?
Not
Probably-
very far.
It's far enough.
A little bit, couple miles.
It's like, isn't
The
isn't
UK
the-
can
I
fit
think it
in
was,
like.
it's in
I know
Texas,
it can
you
fit
know,
in.
it's tiny.
Manchester's in northern England.
like how big is UK? Like, is it Texas size?
It's like the
no,
size of
it's
New York.
no, it's
Size of
not.
Alabama.
If you stretch
Alabama. It's the size of Alabama.
It's roughly the same
No, it's
size.
not. It's
square miles,
Square
it's New York.
miles. No,
From
square
like tip
miles.
to top, it's Alabama. Square miles, it's what?
No, it's square miles. It's
it's
very
a-
similar, almost the same as Alabama.
It's equal, roughly, by maybe 2,000, not even.
So like the size of Alabama and Georgia are comparable.
Square mileage compared to the square mileage of UK.
So it's not
compared,
big. It's not big regardless.
Yeah.
New York is.
Square mileage compared to of UK compared to the square mileage of Alabama
Look
is
at
the
the
same.
square mileage of New York.
I think the square mileage of the UK is 32,000 miles.
So it's not very large. The deal is
No.
that still, if you want to argue what happened in London, have